Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Rant and Chill. On this channel, I like to rant, I like to chill. Here we'll be talking about Baby Metal. We're talking about Baby Metal, the other one, the new album. But much more than that, we're talking about what Koba Metal thinks of this album. This is from an interview from PMC, which is a magazine, 2023. There's an interesting interview, which I found it quite, interesting. I don't know, I already said that. But he does explain quite a bit. I mean, if you listen to the other one, if you listen to some songs off, you might wonder, this is a very different album. These songs sound very different from what you would expect from Baby Metal. And that's by design, which shouldn't be any surprise, because obviously they produced it, right? They put the work into it, a lot of work into it, and they produced it. Clearly, it's by design. But much more than that, Koba Metal himself doesn't see it as a fourth Baby Metal album. It is like a standalone concept album that where Baby Metal tries to venture into areas, explore themes that they haven't done before, and that's okay. That's okay. Like I wasn't really aware of this, that apparently if you guys recall, the Baby Metal Budokan concerts, the 10 Baby Metal Budokan concerts, apparently there was much more to that. That was supposed to be like the ending of a season, as Koba Metal explains it, as like the ending of Baby Metal Season 1. Okay? It wraps up like the metal resistance era of Baby Metal, which is kind of scary if you are like a fan of Baby Metal. Be like, what does that mean? Are they changing? Is this like Metallica selling out? Well, what is this? No, not necessarily. From what we know, of course, only the Fox God really knows, right? By Fox God, I guess means Koba Metal, really. But from what he told us here, and you can read the interview yourself. I'll include the link to it in the description box. Okay, was that if there is another album, which there's going to be another album, but he words it, and if there's another album after that, it will be the fourth one. So the other one's not even the fourth album. It's like it's a separate thing. Obviously, when we count albums, we're going to include it, but it's like the one that stands out. It's literally called the other one, right? It's like, oh yeah, that one right there. There is some questions with that, though. You know, if he's saying that the 10 Baby Metal Budokan was the wrapping up the metal resistance season, like the first season of Baby Metal, and the other one, what is it? Well, he explains a little bit more. He says the other one's kind of like a prologue to the next stage. And he does reference the metal verse, which is something Baby Metal has referenced a bit. You've probably seen something. I actually kind of like the imagery and artwork and little videos they have around the latest Baby Metal album. It's very like, it kind of reminds me of like analog horror, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it looks bigger than what it is, and that's kind of like that's the vibe I get from it. I don't know if you get that too, but that's sort of like the theme of, at least how Koba explained in the interview, the theme of the album itself. As a concept album, it's all the songs, the 10 songs are like myths that in various ways get us to explore what it means to be alive, what it means to be human. He'll say, like, for example, in this, let me see if I got this right here, we're looking at it on the screen right now, and the song Believe, he references the song Believe, and he's like, you take the song Believe, and you probably heard it already, but the song references this idea of perception, of seeing objects for what it is. However, it's not really you see an object for what it is. Like, you take this water bottle, for example, it is a bottle of water, but if you look at it here, it's purified drinking water. I mean, it's still true that's a bottle of water, but it's also very true that it's a loves purified drinking water. It's kind of like how perception is very important to identifying items. Hold on. So That's very interesting. So if all these songs are kind of like that in various ways, it is kind of tackling something that's much bigger than what Baby Metal has done before, because Baby Metal's never really done that. And Koba Metal himself references songs from Metal Galaxy like Papa Ya being kind of like gimmicky. That's his own word. I mean, it was translated, but that's the word he used. Like, not gimmicky in a bad way, but like kind of like a festival song, you know? And that's probably what you think of when you think of Baby Metal songs, like festival songs and things like that, baby. You know, there's not really a lot of that here, is there? On Baby Metal, the other one, you don't really get that. You do get some kind of like dance songs, some rave stuff, some like techno, some psychedelic, like groove stuff, like club songs. Like I'm thinking of Metalism. But like even the way the songs are constructed, you know what, I'll say this: the themes of the songs, the way they're constructed, the imagery around it, it does kind of give like this postmodern, like philosophical vibe to it all. And I know that's a lot to say for a Baby Metal album. I never thought I would say that about a Baby Metal album. That there's like a philosophy behind it. But that's what's going on, I think. I mean, that's what Koba Metal explains anyway in this interview. If you want to go through it yourself, feel free to. I actually encourage you to. And if you don't, well, you know, I will talk about it in more detail, probably read it in more detail in a future live stream. With that said, I thank you for listening to this, and definitely let me know what you think about the latest Baby Metal album, and how you feel about what Koba had said about it. I mean, it makes sense, right? It is the other one, and it kind of explains why it's so different. But of course, I'm sure you have the same question that I do. Wait, then what's next? What's on the horizon? What? Like this? Oh, man. I don't know how to really describe it here, but it's like I'm playing cards. It's like I'm playing cards with Koba, and I don't know what he has. And I'm very curious what's in his hand, you know? It's like, what are you playing with? What are you betting on? You know? Man. All right. But let me know what you think about this. And you take it easy, guys.